Rashidi Ellis. But now we're joined with Melinda Watpool. How are you, Melinda? Thank you for joining us on the Boxing Voice Radio. We're also joined with your good friend Ryan from Up North Boxing Talk. We
Yes,
know
sir.
Shadasia Green very well around here, so you know this came as a quite a pleasant surprise. I went through your social media. I don't know a lot about you, so we had to go through your social media. I actually was interviewing Shadasia while doing it, and I'm like, oh wow, she's big. She looks strong, and you know, Shadasia's kind of like, I'm not worried about what she's bringing. This is my moment. But we know that she's had issues with anxiety in the past on the big stage. Now, this will be the biggest stage you both ever fight on. Do you think you will struggle fighting potentially? Because it is the prelim, so maybe, I don't know, if they come out early, you can get 20, 30,000 people early because it's, you know, they're saying 80,000 people will be in that arena.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, firstly. And hello, Ryan, my brother.
Going on, Melinda? Appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, no, it's a fight, big stage for both of us. And I think mentally I'm prepared for it. You know, I've thought about this moment for a long time. I've visualized myself in those situations. I have a great team to keep me grounded and keep me focused going into the fight. So yeah, I'll be ready. You know, Shadasia's experience. She's kind of been on that stage before, so maybe it'll be a little easier for her this time. But I've competed, you know, as an amateur at big stages, world championships. But yeah, audience-wise, this will be my biggest fight for sure.
Now, you guys obviously, you know, share a common opponent, right? You both fought Spence.
Yeah. She fought her in July, and I just fought her in September. Yeah, I mean, Spence, I feel like I had an easier time with Natasha. You know, she knocked to Green in the later rounds there. But I think, I think Natasha was even a little bit better for my fight, and I think I still handled her easier than Shadasia did.
What do you see some of the advantages you feel you may have over Shadasia?
I think going into the fight, my endurance, my conditioning, I think is better, as well as just like my output. Also, I can think in there. I'm a smart boxer. I can figure things out. I have a great coach that helps with that as well, Dwight Fraser. He can see the moment, and we can adjust to what she's bringing, which I don't know if Shadasia really does that throughout the fight.
When this fight came about, what was your initial reaction? Did you want to know your coach's opinion of taking the fight, or did you automatically have an answer?
So actually, we've been offered a couple times to fight Shadasia in the past.
Really? How many times?
A couple times. So you know, we've had her in our radar. We just wanted the right moment. You know, a world championship on a huge card like this. And mentally, physically, I am ready for it. But actually, when I saw the posting for this new show, and you know, Jake Paul, Tyson, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, and I thought to myself, maybe they'll ask me to fight on this show. I would love to be on this. This would be a great one to be on. And then I think it was just a couple days later, and I was running on the treadmill. My coach showed me the message from my promoter, Tyler, and right away I said yes. This is what I want. This is the moment. You know, world championship, Shadasia Green on a huge card. I knew right away, and my coach was down for it as well.
Now, what was it about her stamina that you picked up on that you feel you have better stamina? Is it just because in her fights that's kind of been I guess, a reoccurring theme with the announcers, right? Kind of saying she needs to let her hands go more, and you're associating it to stamina, or do you physically feel you see her get gassed in these fights?
I think it's a combination. I know she's a little bit more of that pot shot explosiveness, which that does take a good amount of energy. But just seeing her like sucking air in between the rounds in later rounds in the fight, and it doesn't seem like she puts on the pressure later on. Where I feel I'll put on the pressure in those later rounds compared to her.
How high did you compete in the amateurs? Because she was a heavyweight in the amateurs, and I'm just trying to figure out who's the bigger woman, because you seem bigger, but I haven't met you in person. I've met her and even sparred with her. She's not a little girl at all.
Yeah, as an amateur, I fought most of my career at 178, so 178 pounds. I've also fought at 165, also fought at 185. So I've moved around in amateur. I fought some big girls. Yeah, I've been fighting closer to 160 as a professional, but yeah, I can be up there in weight, no problem.
For sure.
I'm a good.
Yeah.
How'd you get the nickname The Whip? That sounds like an interesting story. And it sounds like it has something to do with possibly a snappy jab or just a big right hand.
So I had an assistant coach, Joe Hagenel, way back when I first started, and he gave me the nickname. Not quite sure where it came from exactly. I know there's Fitz the Whip in Ontario that also has the name and was coached by Joe Hagenel. So I don't know if he saw something in me similar to him that he gave me the name. So yeah, and he passed away from cancer, so I've kept it kind of in his honor, and I think it works well with my name and my boxing style.
For sure. We got a couple of questions from the people, and then we will get you out of here. First one is from Toledo Treese in Ohio that says, what's been the hardest thing to cut from your diet while making weight? And what would you say is your staple? Example, Devin equals jab, Ryan equals the hook, Loma's footwork.
I've had to cut. I guess when I cut weight, yeah, I have to cut out peanut butter is a big. I love peanut butter so much.
There's a powder peanut butter, right?
Yeah,
and it's it's identical. It's crazy how like strong the peanut butter taste is when you add the water.
No way.
No,
For real?
dude, out of this world, bro. I mean, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter could be up to like 140 calories, but this is like 30 to 60.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
crazy. It's crazy. It's good too.
Yeah, PB2 it's called, and I do use that.
Okay.
Yeah, I do use that. I still feel like it's not quite the same. I don't know.
Really? Well, you know what? I use mine in my protein shake, so I can't. I don't taste the difference. It literally takes over, and it tastes like peanut butter.
Yeah, I think flavor-wise it's similar, but the texture and the consistency of it, like I don't think, in a shake, notice it as much. But if you're slapping it on some banana
on a sandwich, yeah.
So it's not the same. It's not as smooth. Maybe we gotta whip it more.
gotta whip it, yeah.
No pun intended.
see what that's doing here.
Oh man. So peanut butter is your guilty pleasure. What's your post-fight win meal? Because I know losing and winning is different. I mean, obviously you never lost, but amateurs I guess would be different. But what's you won the fight? What's your go-to meal?
Yeah, I do like a fried chicken sandwich. There's a great soul food place in Mississauga, and they do an amazing fried chicken sandwich with cornbread. Oh, and donuts. Donuts are definitely on the top of the list.
Do you guys got Krispy Kreme out there?
Yeah, bro, we got Krispy Kreme, man.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
man.
wild. Look,
I think we just got Chick-fil-A too.
Guilty pleasures, Krispy Kreme. You know what me and my wife do? We walk to the donut shop and back. This way, it's like we're not, we're trying to like in our head say
Yeah.
we're losing the calories of the donuts. It's crazy, man. No, Krispy Kremes is a guilty pleasure for everyone, I think. All right, we got a few more. We got Chad from Canada says, do you think Scarlett Delgado should turn pro? And good luck with Green.
I think Scarlett still has a goal in her mind for the Olympics and what she wants to accomplish in amateur. Her style is very good for the amateur game. I feel like she might have to change it up a little bit for the pro scene, but that comes with time. But yeah, I mean it's obviously up to her, and I think she still has something left inside of her that wants to put it into amateur boxing. But yeah, pro is definitely on the table for her if she wants it, right?
So going into this fight, you have a WBA international, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
And will you be defending it? And the WBO vacant is on the line, right?
So yeah, this is just the WBO vacant because my WBA international is at middleweight, and this one's the super middleweight WBO. So no, they're separate things.
Okay.
Yeah, I
didn't,
mean, if the opportunity
because you weighed in, it says 65, so I wasn't sure if that was
No, I think that was a mistype. I weighed in. It was just under 160, like 158 point something.
Wow.
So yeah, no, that was I don't know why it said that, but yeah, no, I was definitely at the
they have you listed on BoxRec at 65, and Natasha came in at 62 and a half according to BoxRec.
Oh, I think they are referring to the second day weigh-in.
Oh, the commission? Probably the commission ones. Because we do same day weigh-ins in Ontario.
Oh, wow.
So we had for this belt, we weighed in the day before at the 160, but then in our contract, we had a rehydration clause for the next day. So I couldn't be above 166 for the next, or we couldn't be above 166 for the next day. So the next day I weighed 165.
Why is that? Why were you only allowed to rehydrate 6 pounds? That seems unfair.
Yeah, our commission, I guess they figured it's like a safety thing, so people can't cut too much for their fights.
No weight bullies up here, Nor. No
Wow.
weight bullies up here, Ness.
Yeah, but that just doesn't. I mean, man, we see men rehydrate 20-something pounds, 15 pounds, and we're talking about giving a woman only 6 pounds to rehydrate. Sounds unfair.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. You were gonna say?
I mean, the guys, they have in Ontario, they have similar clauses as well.
Wow. Tough. I would want to fight in another country. I got
man.
I got ruined at 504. How does it feel to get your first well, he put title defense, you cleared that up, but your first title shot on a pay-per-view card in America? And we can add in there's no rehydration, right?
That's right. There's no rehydration. Yep. So I've been, eating well, training hard. It's been nice to kind of not have to cut any calories, cut any weight. I've just been bulking, as one would say. There's no rehydration. Like, I'm okay with that. I'll be okay. I'll be good with the weight. To fight on a huge card like this for my first title fight, I feel like it's the dream for me personally. Like I said, I've envisioned this. I've been training competing for 17 years. And this is, this is my moment. This is the goal, right? So I'm excited for it.
You've been competing 17 years.
Yeah, she shared the ring with Clarissa, Mary Spence, multiple times.
In the amateurs?
In the amateurs.
Yeah. Okay. No, how tall are you?
5'8".
Oh, you seem taller on your Instagram.
Thank you.
So do you have a separate strength and conditioning coach, or do you condition yourself?
Yeah, so when I first started pro, I was doing a lot on my own with the help of my sister and another coach just sporadically helping me. But since the last, yeah, there I am. The last training camp, I got a strength and conditioning coach that I've been working with twice a week pretty much since June. So you've been amazing, Dan from North Fitness. He's a real professional. The way he programs my workouts and his the science behind it. I've seen the benefits of it already just with one camp with him. So this will be my second camp, and yeah, it's been amazing. I would highly recommend either like anyone to get a separate strength and conditioning coach because it makes a difference. Even for my weight cut was super easy. I felt like I was 10 pounds lighter, but I felt like my punches were stronger, snappier, more explosive. I had the energy in the ring to go 10 rounds. Yeah, it's been a really nice addition to my camp.
Yeah, I feel like there is a noticeable difference in your physicality. Like you look more not muscular but more defined, especially your back when you're throwing punches and stuff compared to some earlier pictures that I've seen. So he looks like he's doing his job for sure. We have a few more. Next one is from Ronald Finkley that says, nope, that's not one. I got Ali and Dago that says, hi, Melinda. Who's your top 3 favorite male boxers of all time and top 3 favorite female fighters of all time?
Well, top 3 male, definitely Muhammad Ali. When I first was interested in boxing, I was watching videos of him. I have tons of books. He's amazing personality, amazing boxer. He did things kind of out of the box a little bit, and I really look up to that. And the things, yeah, he stood for and he stood his ground for. Um, I just I think he's amazing. I've also liked watching Aaron Pryor. I know it's one of my coach's favorite fighters as well. Just the way he moves and his aggression. He's so fun to watch in the ring. Winky Wright, I really like to watch. I have so many. I like Floyd Mayweather. There's a ton. For women, yeah, I've looked up to Clarissa Shields, even though I fought her in the amateur, but she does great stuff in the ring. And for women's boxing, she's an Olympian, world champion, just amazing. Katie Taylor is, I would say, my top favorite fighter. So it's a dream to be fighting on a card with her on it as well. I was at their first fight at Madison Square Gardens when she first fought Amanda Serrano, and that was an amazing fight, close fight, great show of talent from both boxers. So it'll be cool to see that again. Yeah, there's lots. There's and Amanda Serrano is another one. She, game for what women expect in boxing. And I think Jake Paul has been doing a really good job putting females on his shows and kind of highlighting women's boxing on his fight cards. So I appreciate that, and it's going to be a great time to be included in that.
Have you ever come to the States for any work, for like sparring or training camp?
No, I have no, not as a pro. As an amateur I have, but yeah, not as a professional. No, there's gonna have to be more of that. Setting it up takes time. Takes time to figure out who you're gonna spar with, and I am a little bit on the heavier side. There's not a lot of girls around my weight, so you're trying to coordinate who you may be fighting to who you may be sparring, because women's boxing, it's a small world, so you kind of have to figure that out.
Yeah, I get it. You don't want to spar a potential opponent, but it seems like that happens even on the men's side where there's a plethora of fighters, right? We got two more here. It's Cannon. He says, "Peace. This is a big opportunity, obviously. How have you been preparing for this bout mentally?"
Yeah, like what I said earlier, a lot of visualization. I'm putting myself, walking into the on the stage and walking out to the ring. Even before that, like at weigh-ins, visualizing myself in front of Shadasia Green. So when it happens, it's not the first time. I do a lot of reading as well. I like to read about different boxers, not even just boxers, but other athletes. Right now, I'm reading Kobe Bryant's book. And it's just, interesting to see the way they look at competition and the way they look at big moments in their athletic career, and how they're positive but not cocky about it. So you can take away one or two things that might help you. It's beneficial. And I journal, I write down thoughts and things that are going on in my head, because there can be a lot going on. And again, my team is really good at keeping me focused, keeping me grounded. Um, Looking at the big picture and doing the things now that will help for that future, that world title moment.
And the last one is from Huang in Houston. It says, "Shadasia is a real threat and has a nice resume. Are there any weaknesses you think you can exploit, champ?"
Yeah, she has lots of experience. She's fought for a world title already, and I think she showcases her overhand right quite a bit. Um, she's explosive, and she has a quick right hand, but I think working to the body will slow that down a little bit. And seeing timing that right hand over top. Um, so she can't, and moving off, using my angles to kind of avoid standing right in front of her will be really beneficial in the fight.
Well, that is all our questions. I want to thank you, obviously, for jumping on. If you can, please give out your social media in case there are some people that haven't been following you. Actually, we got a last one if you have time, from DC3 in Houston. He says, "Congratulations on you for getting you the opportunity to fight in the AT&T Stadium. If you get the win or lose, come back to the show to show us some love, champ, and tell us about the experience." So really no words, just a statement. And once again, thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me on. And I just want to give a quick shout out, to my coach, Dwight Fraser, and my promoter, Tyler Buxton, putting this all together and getting me to this point.
All right. Well, thank you, Melinda. Appreciate you coming on the show. We look forward to having you on after the fight.